Okay, so what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. 713 itself, Rocky, aka your new favorite content creator of Raid Shadow Legends. I'm gonna start off today with the 5 things I wish I would have done different when I first started playing Raid Shadow Legends 2 years ago. I'm not an in-game because I only play casually, so I'm gonna show you some of the things that if I would have known what I know now, I would have done different. So first thing first, never top off your energy. Always want to use it constantly so you don't actually waste it because you get a lot of energy throughout the day. And if you just sit there at 130 or you overfill it and you don't use it, you're missing out on basically getting masteries for 1 to 2 champions. Two, I would have focused more on my Great Hall. Like it's coming along now, but I wasn't big on arena. Like me and arena wasn't a thing. Now I'm doing pretty well. You know, my win rate is normally around 85%. So I would have paid more attention to that, and I probably would have maxed out my Great Hall. I was so concerned trying to look at all the other content creators and figure out what they're doing, how they're doing there, so I can try to catch up because I started so late. Come on, Valerium, I don't need all these pop-ups. All right, another thing is along the lines of the same. Actually paying attention to the actual 3v3 arena. If you see, I'm still only in Silver 2, and it's mostly because I was focusing on getting champions for other things instead of trying to balance it out. So I would say focus on one particular thing and then move on to the next. So I would say if you just starting out, you want to start farming your gear. After that, don't try to do levels that you can't beat. So once you get to a point to where you can consistently farm one, farm it until you can get up to the next one. Another one, it will probably and most likely be paying attention, or pardon me, paying attention to the champions that I was actually leveling up. Because I would go through and get a champion and automatically want to start doing his gear, automatically want to start doing um, his masteries, but didn't have a need for him. So I've literally went through and leveled up a bunch of champions when I really didn't have a need for them. That and I get a bunch of dupes. So come on, Polarium, help me help you. Like it's a bunch of champions I don't have, but I keep getting dupes. So I have, you see, I had 3 of him, 2 of Venus, 2 of Marshall. But like I literally would go through, and as you see, I would just go through and level everybody up as I got them, 2, 3, 4, 5 at a time, and I literally was wasting time. And then another thing is, I tried my hardest not to waste my gems. So as I get gems, like I had to use a lot for this fusion. But if you notice, my fusion is already gone because I finished it. I looked up on the 2 time void and got a couple of the epics. So I didn't have to go through and use all of the epics. But I'm gonna still go through and get the shards so I can get um, the fragments so I can get High Mother Mod because I'm already at 40 shards. And then I'm gonna actually play test her and see how good she is. Another thing is, and the last one for now would be probably paying attention to Doom Tower because I finished all of Doom Tower normal and I just started doing Doom Tower hard, so I don't have the gear requirement I need to actually beat a lot of the higher levels because I went through and as you've seen, I geared a bunch of champions at one time, so I think I'm going to use the Hell Hades calculator and actually go through and re-gear some of them so I can actually go through and get a lot of my Doom Tower done and Curse City. And then one freebie would be Clan Boss. So I have the champions for an unkillable team, but I don't want an unkillable team. I'm trying to stick to different variations of teams. So this one is a Helicat team that I was just trying out. So I'm trying to just find traditional teams outside of this one to actually go through and be able to one key Ultra Nightmare, because I can one key everything else. And I one key Nightmare too, but as I switch teams, I'm gonna go through. So I'm trying to actually use champions I don't use anywhere else, so I can speed tune it. And then the same thing with a lot of the dungeons. I want to separate using all of the same champions in most places because a lot of them have to be speed tuned. And then I would tell you to like, comment, and subscribe because we will get better at this. This is my first one, and I'm just trying to see how everything's gonna go. And if you have any guides or any champions you want me to actually play test, I will play test. So don't worry.